Hi, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Our devotion for today, August 11th, 2022, is from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 26, verses 1 through 13. When Jesus had finished all these sayings, he said to his disciples, "You know that after 2 days the Passover is coming, and the Son of Man will be delivered up to be crucified." Then the chief priests and the elders of the people gathered in the palace of the high priest, whose name was Caiaphas, and plotted together in order to arrest Jesus by stealth and kill him. But they said, "Not during the feast, lest there be an uproar among the people." Now when Jesus was at Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, a woman came up to him with an alabaster flask of very expensive ointment, and she poured it on his head as he reclined at the table. And when the disciples saw it, they were indignant, saying, "Why this waste? For this could have been sold for a large sum and given to the poor." But Jesus, aware of this, said to them, "Why do you trouble this woman? For she has done a beautiful thing to me. For you always have the poor with you, but you will not always have me. In pouring this ointment on my body, she has done it to prepare me for burial. Truly I say to you, wherever this gospel is proclaimed in the whole world, what she has done will also be told in memory of her." Our devotion for today consists really of two parts. The first part is Jesus telling his disciples again that he's going to be delivered up to be crucified, and the chief priests and the elders of Israel are gathering, even as he speaks, to plot how they might arrest Jesus by stealth and kill him. The second part of the devotion is a story of how a woman anointed Jesus' head with a beautiful flask of very expensive ointment as he reclined in Simon the leper's house. The disciples were indignant over what the woman was doing and criticized her. The ointment would have been sold for a lot of money, and that money could have been used to give to the poor. But Jesus comes to her rescue, telling his disciples they're selling the ointment and giving the money to the poor wasn't going to solve the question of poverty. Rather, this woman had committed a necessary act of love. She has anointed Jesus for burial. Remember how he had just told them that he was going to be crucified very soon in part 1 of this devotion. The point I want to make in this devotion is that God knows what is coming. And if we pay attention to what is going on around us, and even what is happening to us, we can see God at work preparing us for what is coming. We may not want to face the truth about what's happening. We may not want to believe what is happening, but God will still be working to make all things good for those who love him. There would not be a time for Jesus to be properly prepared for burial on the night of his death, because the Passover feast would come and prevent proper preparations. So Jesus is anointed in advance of his death. If the disciples really were paying attention to what Jesus was telling them, and if they were really believed Jesus and what he said, if they had fully accepted who he was, they would have joined the woman in anointing Jesus rather than criticizing her. God knows what is coming in your life, and if you really pay attention to what is happening to you, he is trying to prepare you for what is ahead. He does all of this because of his love and his grace for you. Go in peace, serve the Lord.